fan, welcome back to Tara's Lifestyle and Vlog, and thank you so much for stopping by. So this is officially my first video of the year, and I would like to wish you a very happy and prosperous new year. I hope that all your wishes and your desires are granted this year. To my returning subscribers, thank you all so much for stopping by, for always coming to watch my videos. I appreciate every single one of you. And if you're new here, I'll introduce myself. My name is Tari, and on this channel we'll talk about UK visas and immigration. We'll talk about life in the UK, how to successfully navigate and settle in the UK as an immigrant. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, then please subscribe, turn on your bell icon so you don't miss out on any of my videos going forward. So today we're going to be talking about some of the major changes that are expected in the UK in 2023 in terms of UK visas and immigration in 2023. And if you know the UK, you know that every year the UK reviews its immigration rules, its immigration laws, and sometimes new changes are brought into place, sometimes some things are introduced, and some laws that have been existing are taken away. So this happens every year. So again, this year the UK will be bringing in some changes, and we'll be talking today about some of these changes that we expect to happen. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to talk about is the fact that the UK is planning to reduce its net migration, okay, this year 2023. And in my previous videos I talked about how the UK net migration increased dramatically. Like, the number of people that came to the UK up to June last year, according to the Office of the National Statistics, was 500,000 times more than the people that left. Okay, so if you compare, say for instance, 1,000 people came left the UK, 500,000 people came more, which means about 1.5 thousand people came to the UK compared to those that left. Okay, so which is a staggering figure. It's a lot of numbers that have come, and the UK have left the European Union so they can have better control of their borders, but it doesn't seem like this is happening. So the UK actually trying to put plans in place to kind of reduce this net migration, and I'll put a link to my previous video up here so you can have a look at it to see the reason why this is happening, why the UK is wanting to reduce this net migration. Okay, they are doing this in many different ways. So one of the things that they've talked about is the fact that they've actually had an agreement with France. So this, when we're talking about net migration, we're talking about both legal and illegal immigrants. Okay, so whether you're a legal immigrant or illegal, the UK is trying to reduce the number of people. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay, so one of the things that they're trying to do in terms of reducing the number of illegal immigrants coming to the UK is that they've actually agreed a deal with France to actually control the border between France and UK, because we know that there are a lot of migrant crossing from France to UK through, I think there's a border, some people are coming through boats and things like that. So they're trying to reduce that. So they're putting measures in place to ensure that this is actually reduced. Another way they're trying to reduce illegal immigrants is by sending people to Rwanda. Okay, and I know that if you're coming to the UK as an illegal immigrant, the last place you want to find yourself is in another African country. So they're using this as a way to kind of deter people from actually traveling to the UK, because if you're going to end up in Africa, then why travel anyway? Okay, so that's one of the things that they are also doing. There are other things that they are doing behind the scenes that we're not aware of yet, but I know that a lot of measures are being put in place to kind of control illegal immigration to the UK. And in terms of legal immigration, one of the measures they've put in place, or one of the things that they're talking about, is how to reduce the number of foreign students that are coming to the UK, which I talked about in my previous video. Okay, so they're trying to reduce the number of international students that are coming to the UK, i.e. foreign students that are coming to the UK. And Rishi Sunak, the UK Prime Minister, said he wants to reduce the number of people that are coming to study low quality degree courses. He didn't say which courses are low quality or which universities are going to be reduced, but he said that they want to reduce the number of people coming to study low quality courses, and also their dependents that piggyback on their visa, because we know that a lot of students have families that come with them to the UK. So they're trying to reduce the number of students as well as the dependents. Okay, so this is really serious, but in order to, if they do that, there are a lot of talks going on about this as well, because we know that these foreign students have a lot of benefits to the economy. So if they stop it, what's going to happen to the economy? Will they crumble the economy and things like that? So these are the things that they're actually talking about, and that's the reason they haven't actually like made a concrete decision yet. We don't know what the decision is going to be, by the way, but those are some of the plans, okay, to reduce the net migration. Okay, another thing that we're expecting this year 2023 is the permission to travel. Okay, so from this year 2023 there will be something in place called the permission to travel, which means that before you travel to the UK, you have to actually inform the UK beforehand that you're traveling. And one of the reasons they are doing this is to ensure that they have better control of the people that are coming to the UK, so that they are aware that, okay, maybe this person is coming to the UK. Is this person going to be harmful? Is this person going to be risky to the economy and things like that? Again, I don't know how that's going to work, but that's one of the things that was in the statement that was released, the permission to travel. There's also talks about e-gates and also electronic travel authorization. So they are trying to reduce the number of queues that are going to be in the airports and things like that. They want to make everything electronic and also make things automatic, so that people don't have to wait in queues and things like that. And they want to also better control, because when things are electronic, you can just see on the system that, okay, this person is a British citizen, they can go through, or this person is not a British citizen. I'm sure that it will also have its pros and cons, and those are things that they're going to be looking at, which obviously they would have looked at, I think, by now, before actually putting these measures in place. But those are some of the things that the UK is bringing into effect from this year 2023. Okay, so it's really important that we're aware of that. Okay, and another thing which is actually a major one for us to be aware of is the health and care worker visa. We know that the UK introduced the health and care worker visa. It was talked about in December 2021 and it was introduced in 2022 February, and this was supposed to be in place for 12 months, so February 2022 to February 2023, which means that come to February 2023, it's either they're going to remove it or extend it, because at that point they said it's going to be reviewed. So the health and care worker visa was going to come into effect and will be reviewed after 12 months. That's what the policy said at the time. So come February, it's going to be reviewed, whether they're going to stop it and take it out completely, or whether they're going to make some changes to it or amend it, or whether they're going to just extend it. We don't know yet, but come February, this is going to be reviewed. Okay, so that's really important to take note of. Okay, but having said that, I know that there are still a lot of care homes and hospitals that need care workers. So I don't really think, this is my opinion now, I don't know what the government is thinking. So in my opinion, I don't think they're going to just scrap the care worker visa, unless they're wanting to introduce something else that would actually help the economy, because we know that the UK economy is still struggling in terms of its workforce, in terms of the number of staff that it has, that it needs, number of care homes. People are struggling in employers are struggling to recruit people. So the economy is still kind of struggling after Brexit, and obviously after the pandemic as well. So the economy is trying to recover. So I don't think that they're just going to scrap it, but that's my opinion. The government might prove me wrong. Okay, so they might take the care worker visa out of the shortage occupational list, because it was added in February 2022. Okay, another update is the fact that more jobs are going to be added into the shortage occupation list. I'm very sure about this, because like I said before, the economy is still struggling. Okay, so I think that a lot of other occupations will be added to the shortage occupation list. For instance, recently the teachers of foreign languages were added. So if you're a teacher in another country and you speak foreign language, or if you teach a foreign language, that has been added onto the shortage occupation list, as well as maths and science teachers. So I physics, and chemistry teachers are all on the shortage occupation list. If you're an engineer, you are on the shortage occupation list. IT workers are on the shortage occupation list. So it really might be worth having a look at the shortage occupation list so that you don't limit your choices to a healthcare assistant, especially if you are a qualified teacher, if you're a qualified engineer and things like that. You don't want to limit your choices to being a healthcare assistant, especially if you are qualified in a different field. Okay, like I said before, I might just be repeating myself, but that's fine. Okay, so these are just some of the changes that we expect to come into effect in 2023, just for you to be aware of. Okay, I hope this video has been helpful. If that's helped you, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends and family, and of course subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. If you have any questions, any video suggestions, leave them in the comment section and I'll do my best to answer them. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next video.